Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming out. A special thanks to Steve Brower and the employees of Hunter Engineering for availing their facility for us today. The Missouri Chamber of Commerce and Industry, we're only as strong as our members that make up our organization. So thank you very much. We're very proud to be here at Hunter and to represent your interests in the state capitol and with the congressional delegation. It's people like Hunter Engineering that are investing capital in Missouri, that are adding jobs to Missouri, taking risk in Missouri, and as a result, we're driving Missouri's economy forward. Steve, thanks again. As the state's largest employer organization, we have come to Hunter Engineering today to emphasize the ultimate goal of our association, to support our member employers and their employees and do whatever we can to provide the best environment for them to work in. And they're still working. Kenny is the only candidate, Kenny Hulshof. Whoops, all right, there we go. Thank you. Today, I'm very proud to announce that Missouri Chamber PAC, the political affiliate with the Missouri Chamber of Commerce and Industry, is endorsing Kenny Hulshof for governor. You bet. Kenny's proven his position on pro-jobs policy through his vote record in Congress, and most recently through his response to our 2008 Missouri candidate survey that went to all statewide candidates, state rep candidates, and state senate candidates. A farmer and a small businessman in his own right, Kenny understands the challenges that employers face and know what it will take to help them prosper. He is the only candidate who has consistently shown a commitment to civil justice reform and workers' compensation reform, two key issues for the Missouri employer community. Only Kenny is a proven tax cutter. Only Kenny has demonstrated his ability to bring people together to meet policy goals. Only Kenny possesses the vision, integrity, and ability to create family-supporting jobs in our difficult economy. And only Kenny can bring urban, rural, and suburban interests together to solidify an economic plan that advances all Missourians. Missouri needs a solid commitment to jobs. Kenny Hulshof not only has given working Missourians that commitment, he has a plan to follow through with it. That's why it's my pleasure today to introduce the next governor of the state of Missouri, Kenny Hulshof.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you all. Appreciate it. First of all, thank you. I also appreciate Steve. Thanks for the chance. And by the way, for those of you that are here, I hope I'm going to stick around afterwards. I'd love to get to say hello to each of you. I put in a word for you all as far as maybe a little salary boost, but I'll take that up. Seriously, it's my honor to be here. And Dan, thanks very much for the endorsement by the Missouri Chamber of Commerce PAC. It means a lot. As a kid from the farm who now, of course, owns and operates that family business in southeast Missouri, the future climate of the state is so incredibly important. And of course, the Missouri Chamber of Commerce is one of the leading voices as it relates to the economic climate here. You know, it wasn't that long ago, only a couple of short years ago, in fact, that the state of Missouri led the nation in a dubious category in the number of jobs lost, not per capita, but at one point of time, we led the nation in the number of jobs that had left this state. And then, based upon some tough decisions that needed to be made, Dan mentioned a few of those as far as regulatory environment, tort reform, out-of-control lawsuits, a number of other issues, and again, still those regulatory burdens are there. But thankfully, we've had leadership through Governor Blunt and Republican legislators to help right the ship. I think our high water mark was about 2 or 3 months ago when 95,000 jobs had been added, whereas we had lost 70,000 jobs. Look, if you're at the coffee shop today or in the supermarket aisles and people want to come up and visit, they're obviously concerned about gasoline prices, energy prices, and the fate of their jobs. And we've run into a bit of a headwind here in the state of Missouri, and so we still have challenges ahead of us. But I really think that this election, as Missourians begin to pay attention to who they want to lead the state as their next chief executive, you know, I really think that this is going to be a pocketbook issue, and people are going to seek out which candidate is of like mind to them as far as moving our state forward and making a regulatory climate, a business climate here, so that we can still attract the best and the brightest. You know, I mean, just being here, and you all know the legacy better than I, but when Mr. Lee Hunter looked for the opportunity when he was a 23-year-old architecture student here in St. Louis, and I think it was this 1935 or 36 Packard. Do you have it in the room, the showroom, Steve? You know, to think of a way to, you know, to the quick charge a battery, and of course the rest is history as you are making history. But when you have an idea and you have an entrepreneurial spirit and you're willing to take that risk, and sometimes, yeah, that means putting your own capital at risk, you know, when you are able then to fill a need here in our climate, in our state, then you have business begin to thrive. We need to make sure that we continue to have that type of dynamic environment so that we can continue to recruit businesses here. I mean, that I think is the most important thing. And of course, along with that, you know, people are struggling with their health care decisions. Well, guess what? That's also part of this business discussion. People are concerned about education. Guess what? That also is very much a factor as far as recruiting businesses here. Do we have a workforce that is ready for the jobs, indeed the careers, that I hope to help bring here as the next governor of this state? And so each and every one of those hot button issues that I think Missourians are really interested in, and as they begin to take the measure of us as far as who wants to lead our state forward, especially as it relates to attracting jobs and careers and focusing on education, focusing on health care, I think this endorsement is going to go a long way to helping many of those undecided voters. And because my record is my record. I mean, after 12 years in Congress, and I would say to those, my friends in the media, you know, who've asked, are you running away from your record? I embrace my record. I embrace my record of cutting taxes. I embrace my record of regulatory reform and trying to do for the country what I hope to do for the state, and that is have the best possible environment here. You know, there are companies that want to do business in Missouri. The work ethic that we have as Missourians is legendary. But even with that strong work ethic of our people, businesses don't want to come here just for that fact that we have to have a climate. And sometimes that might mean a tax incentive or investing as far as venture capitalists are concerned. It may mean the Life Sciences Trust Fund that was funded at $21 million in this past legislative session, the Grow Me State Initiative. I mean, it could be a host of things because we're not just competing with our neighbors to the east across the river. We're competing nationally. In fact, as you know, we're competing internationally. And so having a climate then that can take advantage of the strong work ethic of our people, as well as then that climate that government has responsibility for, I look forward to leading our state forward, to continuing to improve that climate, continuing to bring jobs to the state, so that all kids from the country, from the inner city, from the suburbs, can all have the opportunity to achieve the Missouri dream, which is what I've been able to achieve so far. Dan, thank you for this. Be happy to take questions from the media.
Any questions for Kenny? Just to sum up from our participation, from our support for Kenny, there is one clear choice for the employer community in this race, and he's standing right next to me. We're very, very proud to be standing with you and helping you through the next few months, and look forward to working with you as governor.
Thank you, Dan.